Kathy Vick, Deeply Awake. Wow, I kind of look like a movie star. I pushed a couple buttons on my video doodad, so I like it. It's a little bright, but I don't mind it. I wanted to say a couple words on this thing that I never talked about. I don't know if I've talked about it with anyone. Yeah, I haven't. It's called. I call it the compassion squeeze, and it's a curious feeling. Ooh, it is. It's strangely, weirdly physical in an entirely nearly unpleasant way. It's like the inside goes and something is wrung out, and then you spring back, and you understand what you did not understand before. It's impossible then to hold a grudge, because sometimes these compassion squeezes, sometimes they're delivered by others in situation, and that to me is the definition of grace. And sometimes it's something that catches you. It could be at the dinner table. It could be while you're taking a walk in the park. But you realize that it's something bigger than just that one person who gave you a break. That somehow this is so beautiful. Somehow it's so beautiful right this second. That's the grace of God. And sometimes it comes from within. Sometimes it's delivered after a past life regression by a skilled hypnotist who is able to bring you to a place where you can face you and have a little chat. And you see that the one who wielded the knife that pierced your heart did so for reasons both known and unknown, and at a higher level than unknown is known. The reason for the insult is because it moved you into your next awakening, closer to realizing how vast and complex and multi-layered you and God are. This creative source, this weave that surrounds us. I come because this morning I did a video and I felt very good. I did. And yet I heard it and oh my goodness, how defensive can a person get? Yeah, I've never encountered anybody like me. And maybe it takes just getting pissed about it. I don't know. I'm allowed. But golly, so defensive. And really, I think that a lot of people encounter me and wonder what I could be possibly defensive about. I think it's anticipatory. I'm anticipating hostilities, psyching myself up or expecting trouble. I don't know. Seems like it. But there haven't been fights for months. I mean, the kind of tussles that we used to have in the dark. Oh, golly, it's been rough, but it's over. It's so much easier now. And it's just shocking to me that the things that really people kind of made fun of me for and fired me for and not accepted me because of are the very things that are going to actually become really big assets. Because the more multidimensional you are, the better off you're going to be. And things like being really linear and time-based, not really helpful. Things don't go according to plan. Oh well. Such is life. Let's move on. Yeah, not that way with those people. No, linear reality. If I don't make this goal, then I'm so attached to it that if it doesn't happen, then all is lost. I'm and yeah, of course, I had that too. Oh boy. Ooh. I still have it. I still have it. But it comes in waves. Once in a while. How could I not be attached to certain things? But in the larger scheme of it, even that, I'm realizing, there's so much compassion. There's so many explanations, and there's plenty of room for benevolent storytelling and for cutting myself and other people's slack and reality testing some of the keeping things alive that are dire, negative, hopeless, dark. Who's keeping that alive? So it was very good. And I want to extend great love and respect and admiration to the person who was kind of defensive this morning. It's easy to get that way if you've lost sight of who you are. And you feel you gotta fight to be yourself. Well, sometimes when I'm feeling that way, maybe who I'm fighting is me. I've just forgotten. It's okay. It's okay. And it's okay to be defensive. No harm, no foul. My God, they're words. But they're also energies. And it's unpleasant to be there. It's unpleasant to hear it. And it indicates distress. And so I thought it should be addressed. Isn't that sweet? And that compassion squeeze, oh my, how magnified they can become. Applying that to self in so many different ways, in so many different times. Oh, how wonderful it will be to have that be my consciousness stance. To trust myself that much. How lovely. How lovely. I can't wait. Great. Nearly there. But compassion is contagious. It's life-changing. And it is learned behavior. There are some people who are capable of it. Spontaneously or from harm or the combo. They're unique. They're masters all on their own. Takes a special and unique soul to be beaten like a dog and to walk away from it a master of love and service. It's a beautiful sight to behold. And I'm in forever love and awe. And these are kind of the people who walk this earth. Those who can do that. Those who can generate it on their own with their thoughts. Wonderful. Those who can do it in company, in therapy. Beautiful. Those who can give it away. Who find opportunities to do it. Who actively create it. Oh, God. Compassion makes your heart pump in a new way. It makes the skin ache. With some sort of poignant pleasure that aches and drills into bone. And just squeezes. I really do think that's one of the reasons people don't do it more often. Because it really does require, I don't know, I'd have to say a soul of bravery. That's a warrior who can deliver that kind of love, that kind of compassion. And to do it frequently and often. Oh, God. It's intoxicating. And I think that's kind of the point. To get to places like that. And for me, it's like climbing down from the attic and getting to the kitchen and making some cat food and making some chili that I turned into something I'll actually eat because it's full of curry and turmeric now. I can't wait. And taking out trash and letting them come to me. There are no barriers now. There's no walls now. And so I'm being taught many things about how I relate in physical reality, and I don't feel embarrassed or ashamed anymore. I don't feel judged anymore. I was judging myself so harshly that even their tutelage, even their standing next to me, trying to comfort me while I was doing laundry was too much. I just felt so worthless. And set it up so I would have to feel worthless and hopeless, like it was unsolvable, because it's part of my nature. It's part of my biology. It's part of my DNA. It's part of my neurochemistry. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's ridiculous. If my innate body and my consciousness can have a little talk with the moon and set the clock differently, so my body is not recording time the same way as everybody else who don't have these agreements. Many do. And those of us who do count time different. Now, if I can do that with the moon, if I can conjure a thing in the sky, and I know you do your own miracles. Come on now, come on now, come on now. Everybody's got them. Don't tell me they're little. I bet you've been noticing more of them too. Blips, things that shouldn't be there that are make things easier and nicer. I cautioned in, I think it was 14, keep track of these. Things are just going, in slow, real time, the little things. Like at the McDonald's, when it cost $2 less than you expected, and they were cool with it. They were chill, and you drove away. Or when you got more than you expected. Or when someone called you out of the blue. Or any of that stuff. Write it down. Keep track of it. Keep track of it. Yeah, it's thicker now. And time is different now. And the things that, yeah, used to be, put me at a very, very distinct disadvantage. Suddenly, I'm realizing might wind up to be navigation tools. And quite valuable to others as well. What? So, it's okay to have been defensive. It's alright. I didn't do anything wrong. Was it skilled? Eh. Am I allowed? Yeah. Yeah. And, it just makes me feel more compassion for myself. For the hard times, but, also for just, hanging on to some stuff that it seems appropriate to hang on to, but it really doesn't need to be. Yes, it's always disappointing. When I don't expect harshness or cruelty from someone, and cruelty, and it shows up, and it's thick, and it's strong, and it's just, it's obscene. That's obscene. To me, cruelty is obscene. Especially, and there's things I consider cruelty that you might not. But things must be taken in context, dear one. Always. And then that includes the perceptual realities of all participants. I suddenly don't recognize this shirt. It's odd. There were a couple of weird things that happened too. I'll say this to close. At one of the videos I did, I was talking about the compassion squeeze. I was talking about other stuff, and then, the screen went wild. It was amazing how much energy there was. And that same video, I was cooking, and I said on tape, it smells really nice in here. It smells like someone's home. The fan went on automatically. It just freaked me out a little bit. So there's nothing to be defensive here. Nothing to be defensive about here. And it's sort of gross. And I need to cut it out. Defense equals paranoia. Paranoia equals old life. It's an echo. It's fading. But it's really okay for this behavior to show up again and again and again, and each time it's weaker. And then sometimes it only takes one or two times. Sometimes only one pass. And I go, oh yeah, I'm checking it out. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this one. I think I'm done with this one. I feel good about this. So, anyhow, I'm back, and I recognize my shirt now. Ooh. So, yeah, I've had a lot of those things recorded on this thing tonight. And the only reason I bring up this morning's video is that I reviewed it and I didn't like it and I was going to pull it. And then I thought, well, all expression is valid. I can't do that. I have pulled one or two. One was one on energetics. was too intense. I didn't want it. Sorry. And the GP. It wasn't time. It wouldn't have been used responsibly. I couldn't guarantee it would be used responsibly. And it was too powerful. So I had to pull that one. And then there's a couple I pulled because they wouldn't monetize them. And that freaked me out. It's like, ew, this is too big brothery. Just screw you, I'm going to take it down. And then this morning I thought, yeah, that has an energy I don't like. I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to be seen as defensive. And then I started drilling down. And I came to you with a compassion squeeze. So I'll end with the lyrics from one of the songs we sang in choir on Sunday. I lost another fight. I lost to myself last night. I keep falling down. I keep hitting the ground. But I always get up now to see what's next. Birds don't just fly. They fall down and get up. Nobody learns without making new mistakes or something like that. And then the chorus is, I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end and I start again. No, I won't leave. I want to try everything. I want to try even though I could fail. Oh, 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 oh. Try everything. I think that's so neat. And then it says, hey, you did it. You filled your heart with love. You can take a rest now, and be chill. And it's just so sweet. I love it, and I'm gonna keep making those new mistakes every single day. And as I sang it, I really felt like, well, if this isn't a song about sticking around and doing the ascension thing and the reincarnation thing, I don't know what is. I won't give up. I won't give up. Until I reach the end, and then I'll start again. I won't leave. I want to try everything. I want to try even though I might fail. What's a failure? Who's deciding that? I get to decide. It's no longer a failure if I'm giving it a shot. It's a failure if I'm sitting on my ass. And it was important to sit. I wasn't sitting on my ass during this time. I mean, it might look like to the casual observer, I'm sitting fallow. Untrue, obviously. I have 2 jobs. But I don't need to do this in extreme. I'm feeling more integrated, and it's very nice. I'm very, very pleased. And it's very important to be sweet to this, especially when I'm feeling icky, when I'm feeling like I'm off the mark, when I'm feeling lonely, when I'm feeling sad, when I'm just feeling alone. I know I'm not alone, but I'm still standing alone on this earth. And yes, I think in a way we all are. I mean, I think about my son, and I think I don't want him to ever feel this sense of aloneness when he's by himself. And I know he doesn't. Why isn't that fills me with why does that fill me with sadness? When it makes me feel happy to be independent and free. Oh, but still there's just well, I contend it's that human design thing when you look at the geometries. There's this cross that I carry. Let me tell you about it. One day I'll tell you about it. Until then, I won't give up. No, I won't give in. Till I reach the end. And then I'll start again. So, I find this very soothing and pleasant. I like the rhythm. I might keep doing it for a while. I don't know. But as long as I'm compelled to do it, I'm going to do it. Because this body needs rest. And it would have been very helpful to get a couple extra hours. But here I am. And it feels good. I feel happy to have talked about compassion and the compassion squeeze. There's more to it. There's much more to compassion. But it can start with being given it. It can start by realizing right this second. This one. Whoa. I can be generous here. I can give something that I normally don't. I can say something kind I normally don't. I can do something here. And yes, those might be a random act of kindness. But then you get ready for the Super Bowl when somebody who really needs your help and has lost their way, doesn't understand, and you're there, and really just in all gentleness and in good humor and generosity, because you can afford it. There's no skin off your nose. You just help somebody and their world cracks open in compassion. They feel compassion. So it's a very curious, beautiful thing to receive it and to give it. It's magical. We may not realize we're giving it at the moment. But once that squeeze starts, it only takes one good squeeze. You're breathing in a brand new way. You're open to more. And the body likes it. It's healthy. So, I guess that's all I have to say. I'm very pleased to have come to you tonight. It was worth the, it was wonderful because I feel energized and I'm not worried about getting enough sleep. My body and I work together, not apart. So that in particular is a really fun thing to experiment with. When you have to compress your rest time into a short amount of temporal time, you can work with your body so you wake up very refreshed and, coming back with gifts too, if you want. So there's a lot that can be done with the sleep state. We'll get there. There's a lot more that can be discussed in a chat kind of environment.